Hi everyone, my name is Milana, and I'm going to reveal my secret, childhood. You love the memories from your childhood, don't you? Sweet, carefree, naive childhood. What a great pleasure to play under open skies, to have these merry memories when the whole world is a fairy tale for you. You always had so many friends when you were a child, and you could do so many silly things. It's a pleasure to remember those moments while sipping tea and smiling, recalling them. But I don't like these moments, not because I didn't have them. I had everything. Parents, friends, toys. But my memory played a terrible trick on me. It's no secret that children see the world differently. They see things that adults don't. But as time passes, our memories go deeply into the subconscious. We laugh, hearing about monsters living in a closet. We don't believe in dwarves and fairies. But when these horrible memories come out, you'll feel the same way I do. Every one of us has sweet memories, recalling them, and we get goosebumps. I remember that day as if it happened yesterday. That day, I was wearing my brother's oversized sweater, a skirt, and a pair of sandals. My mother and brother had gone to the department store to buy something, and I was staying home alone. I didn't care about my looks at that time. I just wanted to go out as soon as possible. The cold and gloomy weather didn't stop me from going out. Pale skies usually make people want to go home and watch TV, but not me at the age of 8. I was willing to walk and play. Despite my age, my mother trusted me. She used to work hard, so I used to come back to an empty house. My brother usually came home late. He was about to finish school. After coming home, I would heat up the lunch, do my homework, tidy the room. I was quite independent, and I had my own keys. Having closed the door, pulling it 3 times to make sure it was closed, I went downstairs. Having a narrow path, I ended up on the playground. The yard was meager. There was just a rusted slide, which children could only hide under but not go down. There was also something vaguely resembling a sand pit, but not a large amount of sand. At the time, the yard was completely empty. There was no one, including the dog Schnitzel, which used to lie beside the fence. However, I didn't want to go home. I was hoping that the playground was about to be full of children willing to play like me. I stood next to the slide, looking at the ground as if there was something valuable. What strange sounds are those? There's no animal on the planet that makes that kind of sound. It wasn't like snorting, champing, muttering. I can't actually explain it, but I definitely knew there was no other sound like that one. I looked straight ahead and saw 5 of them. I don't know how to describe them. Monsters? Living toys? Spirits? Hallucinations? No, not at all. They were simply them. It had a huge mouth and eyes like fish have. It was smiling at me. A huge fat doll with 3 hands and 4 legs was smiling at me. With something instead of a mouth and human's hands, it was smiling at me. Even a little dark and without a mouth, it was smiling at me. They were smiling. I smiled at them too. I wasn't afraid. Quite the opposite. I felt good and easy. Having approached the sandpit, I sat in the center of it, looking at my guests. They followed me, not making any sound. I'm Milana, and you? They were just smiling, all of them. I was smiling too. It was extremely funny for me, though I was sitting in the cold sand and looking at 5 smiling creatures. I'll start digging. Having said that, I really started to dig the hole, throwing the sand at them, but they were smiling, and I was having fun. Then I saw a paw, then another one, a neck, teeth, nose, eyes. Hi, Schnitzel. Schnitzel. Now I understood. That wasn't smiling. I understood it wasn't funny. I suddenly stood up and ran towards the entrance of my house. I didn't look back. I didn't even want to. I found myself at home. Having looked out the window, I saw my completely empty yard, the hole in the sand where Schnitzel was, and an old lady who was passing by with a red bag. I didn't know where the creatures had disappeared to. Today, as usual, I was sitting in my kitchen, enjoying the cold, gloomy autumn morning. My table is near by the window. I like to sit at it while eating cookies and looking at the children playing in the yard. But something happened today which made me flinch. There was a girl playing in the completely empty yard. She was laughing and discussing something, looking into emptiness. Then she came up to the sandpit and started to dig. No, I didn't see the guests there, and the girl didn't find any dead dog in the sand. She turned around. I live on the 3rd floor, looked towards me, and started waving her hand as if she was calling me to join her. She was smiling. I already know that smile.